Welcome everyone, my name's Ali. Now this is a video I've been wanting to show you guys for a long time. It dives into Black Ops 2 Zombies and ideas and thoughts that can be carried over from the original Black Ops Zombies and brought into Black Ops 2 to make it the best experience possible and as fun as possible. The way this series can thrive and really grow is by your input, so feel free to leave your ideas, your thoughts on Black Ops 2 ideas in terms of the zombie side of things in the comment section. Discuss it with each other and tell me what you think is the best part. Today we're going to be discussing new map ideas, focusing on the maps involved in Black Ops 2 Zombies and how we can look back at the previous maps and work out how the future maps can be as great as possible. So diving into the original World at War Nazi Zombies and starting on map 1, we can have a look at Nacht der Untoten, which started off in a tiny map, just 3 main segments to it: the original room, the room to the side, and then the upper room. It was tiny, there wasn't a lot of place to move around. It was good fun, but you often found yourself camping in a corner with a friend and you didn't move around too much. It then led on to Verrückt, which was completely different. All of your friends started in different segments of the map. You had to open up loads of doors, turn on the powers, get perks, and that map was very different to the original one and greatly expanded on the first map. We then got Shi No Numa, which offered outdoor areas, indoor areas, swamps, different ways to go across the swamps, zip lines, and this offered a far larger map. However, it may not have actually been the best map, and I'll explain that later on. We then followed by Der Riese, which was actually the first time we saw Pack-a-Punch involved. The map linked back very nicely. There was the teleporter as well, and several new ideas were implemented in that map, which made it a very successful Zombies map to finish off the World at War series. We then moved on to Black Ops, of course. We have Kino der Toten, which then led to either the left or right route to get all the way to the cinema or to the theatre, which then led to the power being turned on and the ability to go back to the beginning of the map nice and easily, which led for routes to be circulated around the map and was very well designed. We also had 5, which was a load of fun. There was lifts in there were many different segments to the map, and there was of course the evil doctor who came along and stole your gun. We then had the first map pack, which included Ascension. There were evil monkeys in there, the map which allowed you to actually jump onto the flying teleporter device of Awesomeness, which then took you to different segments of the map and allowed you to get across, which meant you didn't have to camp as much and you could get away from large groups of zombies nice and easily. We then also had Call of the Dead, which is probably a lot of you guys' favourite Zombies map. It's personally one of my favourite Zombies map. Let me know which map you enjoyed the most out of all of the previous Zombies maps so far, but Call of the Dead was awesome. There was a ship in there, there was a lake in there, there was the lighthouse in there, and it was a very successful map. Loads of different routes to take right off the bat. There was George thrown in there and it was super fun. We also had Shangri-La, which personally wasn't quite as good in my opinion. It was a bit of a smaller map. There was also the waterfall, which was awesome, and the cave, but there wasn't quite enough movement and area to room to sort of move around the map quite as freely as Call of the Dead. And then of course finally in Moon, we found ourselves in low gravity areas. We found ourselves with excavators cutting off different parts of the map, the teleporter, the no man's land, and that was probably one of the most successful Zombies map ever, and that was the last map we've seen so far for any Zombies game. So now we get to the good bit where I focus on 3 points that will make the future Black Ops 2 Zombies map awesome in my opinion. It will focus on the map size and proportions, the way you can travel around the map and get from point A to point B, and the location of the map itself. So starting off with the size and proportions, a large map doesn't necessarily mean it's really good. For example, I mentioned earlier on in my video that Shi No Numa, although it was a fairly large map, didn't necessarily link together the whole map as a core very well. You could go off to the corners of the map and not necessarily get back very easily. Something that does do it well, however, is something like Call of the Dead, where there's all those extra bits which you can still somehow get back to different parts of the map in a variety of ways, which meant you didn't end up getting stuck in a certain area, but also the proportions of the map, so the alleyways, the corridors. Moon did this well in my opinion. It had sections of the map which was really cramped and really hard to get through, and if you were in there when there was a load of zombies you were screwed. But then you had the dome area, biodome area, where if you were with a load of zombies, there was enough room for both you and the zombies to be side by side but still be able to get across the map. So I think having a large map is definitely awesome, the bigger the better, but making sure that the different sections of the map are in proportion to each other and that there are different ways of getting back to the different sections of the map rather than finding yourself stuck in a corner somewhere. So also the options to traverse across the map in different ways. We've seen zip lines, we've seen sort of flying UFOs, we've seen little bridges that sort of float across the pits in Shi No Numa as well. However, I'd like to see something even crazier, maybe some sort of buggy you could buy and literally drive yourself across the map and you are unaffected by zombies or something ridiculous like that. Or if maybe you were in the buggy and you stopped for some period of time, the zombies could jump on and you'd be screwed. But something really awesome, like something where you could fly across the map and control it, where you're in control of it and it's not a set route, would be really, really awesome. Maybe it's something you could invest in and you could buy and use it at a certain point in the map, which means you can get from point A to point B in a different manner, and it makes the map a completely different experience because you're not bounded by the rules set by the developers. You can sort of switch up and change it up a little bit. And then finally, point 3 is actually the location of the map. A lot of the time in a zombies map you'll be inside, and wherever you are doesn't really matter, but a lot of the time you're outside and on the moon, for example, or in Shangri-La or in Call of the Dead, where you're in these different scenarios, these different settings would be awesome. But to make it even crazier, maybe one where you're in a zoo or something, or one where you're in Africa, somewhere maybe in the middle of America, a more real life situation place where you can relate to, would make it even more awesome and diversify zombies as a whole and make it really, really awesome. So those are my 3 points that I think would make zombies really, really awesome. Those are my ideas being thrown out there involving the maps for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Feel free to give me your feedback on this idea, give me your ideas, give me your favourite maps so far, what you'd like to see implemented, and I'll talk more about this in future episodes in a few weeks' time. So I really hope you've enjoyed. You can now click on screen to check out 2 more videos. You can check out the new Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer map Black Box and new Spec Ops mission modes as well. So feel free to click on the screen and see that. Feel free to subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. I really appreciate it. It shows me that you guys are enjoying the video. So cheers for watching, and I'll have more awesome videos for you guys lined up in the next week, so don't miss out on those. So cheers for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.